So I started with some wordplay, thinking about the word university and that it has verse in the middle, yay, poetry, and uni at the beginning, which just sounds so inclusive and maybe monolithic. We'll think about that. And city at the end. So my poem is called Uni Verse City. And it's to all of you. Part 1, driving. This has a little reference to a weaver. She's in her 90s, I think, now. Linda could tell us. Epi Archuleta. She is actually literally designated by the Smithsonian Institute a national treasure for her work. So there's reference to her, who is from our valley. And while we were displaced from the hospital where we now dwell, I was next door to the Geology Museum, and that's where I volunteered all last year while we were displaced. So there's some geology in here thanks to those good neighbors. There's a little reference to some friends of mine who do an awful lot of camping. And I think that's about it. Driving. On a clear night when you drive down Levita Pass under the bright black sky, Milky Way banner waving to say how clear and thin our air. You see below you the horizon of our valley, great silver ring, shining edge of an overturned bowl of sky. Sky meets edge of earth, soft, blue, quiet plain, so that the stars hang beneath you, beneath your road, and you know you are driving into a place, our valley, that holds the universe, holds horse herd nebula and cattle, holds deer, bear, hawks, fish, and sheep, wide-eyed, shining eyes guiding us voyagers like stars too. Farmhouse yard lights and village galaxies shine next to the gray sheen of Chico Nebula. The black holes of cottonwood trees, Los Alamosas, rustle, call us into them. From this distant view, descending the pass, see deep into the valley where our university floats above the stories that made it. Pleistocene oceans, Cretaceous seaway, mastodons and camels grazing, ice ages, Folsom people. This university rises out of the camps of Utes, trails of Comanches, the explorations of Spanish who brought with them Moors, Jews, Africans, Arabs, and Greeks, marked in the valley languages, of Los Cativos, and Japanese, Mexican, Chinese, Irish, Italian, Mormons, Dutch, Mennonitos, Amish, Mixtec, Mestizas, the recent waves of teachers and AmeriCorps, Guatemalans, global citizens, and urban escapees, dreamers and workers all, and farmers and ranchers who know the secret ways and power of water, who have sought, fought, stolen, and died for it, who have departed or endured. Watch the old lakes rise each spring like memory. Water webs the land in canals, ditches, the old acequias. Listen to their whispering and singing. Languages and songs interweave in tapestries as vivid and urgent as Epi Archuleta's Rio Grande patterns, stories of struggle, loss, survival, hope. Listen and see. Out of this place come the cries that the university not forget our antepasados, that we be a place to remember and honor and be humbled by their stories and grateful for this thirsty oasis and those who tend it. Driving down from the pass early autumn, last night on into the San Luis Valley, you leave behind the Sangre de Cristos and you see in silhouette the San Juans, where a micro LED lanterned family glow by a family of newer Valleseños who love the land too. Even in their dark camp at night, aspens spin their gold in swirls like solar flares. Drive on to Alamosa, little universe city. Here, near the center of the valley, train and Rio and canal crossroads, in our little galaxy of an 11 stoplight city, I had to count them, there were 3 when we moved here, I think. Our university, not an island, but one bright bit in the universe of rising planets of plans, morning suns of optimism, burning questions of purpose in the great swirl of space and time that is now and forever. As you drove in the dark, you probably missed that billboard on the farthest orbit, the one proclaiming for Adams State University, "Be here now," that old hippie slogan. Do that, say we of the university. Be where you are. Intersections of history and future, of child and adult, part of something much more than yourselves. And remember yourselves, bright stars. 2, space station. In my 20s, I was one of those rural teachers who came in the summer here to study, came from an even smaller valley, smaller town, to a place I knew as an oasis with its big old trees, smooth green lawns, tennis courts, clicking sprinklers, and food on trays, cool classrooms and funny, wise teachers with their big demands. The place, a little college then, the seed of a university in the heart of the universe of the valley, one of many universes. Brief landing, refueling, before rocketing onto other orbits. Atom State Universe City as space station. 3, work. This is what we do. And it has a little subheading. The classroom is the university. String theory and Buddha collaborate from their pink chairs. And that we have to celebrate the fact that there are not pink chairs in McDaniel Hall. There are still some stacks of them in the playground at Evans in case you want to grab a few. Sometimes it happens that the teacher loses herself in thought. This morning, a hard ice winter, she thinks about the morning newspaper caption, "What makes a good teacher?" It asked or promised to tell. She focuses back on the class, creative writers in small group workshops. Her 5 groups of 5 students, very nice small class of 25, appear to have become snap, pow, zing, 5 shining pentacles, brightening in the gray linoleum and cinder block classroom. What's left of her to see sees this: the students as glowing golden hubs connected to each other by lines of light, and each group as a hub in a greater star. From one perspective, she knows that's what there is here, now, nesting and woven energy. It's hard to tell if they notice her view pling the students as fish rising to the surface of a clear pool. Pling. Look up from their eager attention to their classmates, to nod and smile at her. Then everyone at once is nodding at someone or speaking softly, and everyone is poignantly soft and golden and fluid, and the room is humming and ringing in difference, in criticism, in kindness, learning harmonies. Can the teacher walk in this state of revelation? She looks down at her black laced shoes, still there. She sees she wore her red and black polka dot skirt and white shirt, comforting and unlikely. And in a room of swirling lights, classroom as nebula, she flows easily through, trusting that the floor's usual illusion of solidity will hold, and that below that the earth is secure in its rotation and orbit. Last part, play. Now we are a universe city of verse, of turning uni. In Greek, to turn to one, inclusion. And let that unity be diversity, oh souls. Let that not mean a city with only one verse. Let there be multi-verses. Let us be the atom state multi-verse city.